Bones and fossils have long been an accepted way to identify species from this planet. The history of our world is often advanced in leaps and bounds with the discovery of a new missing link and even animals that were completely unknown. Could this field of archaeology help us with answering the question of alien visitation to this planet? We are familiar with the many ancient sites found around the world that many say were constructed by or with the help of extraterrestrials. Other forms of evidence have been a little harder to come by. Or have they? In this video, I will take a look at some artifacts that could once and for all prove that there has and continues to be an alien species living here on planet Earth. Alien skulls. Let's take a look. Welcome to IF, videos on history and mystery. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss a video again. The internet is awash with many images of bones and skulls that are said to be alien in origin. Many of these are never given over for inspection or scientific examination. This is somewhat of a red flag. There have been a few that have been tested with some fascinating results. Let's start by looking at a few of these amazing finds. These include partial bones, skulls, and even complete mummies. There have been many claimed images from Mars that are said to show the remains of long dead extraterrestrials, and many believe that these show that the planet was once inhabited. The problem with this evidence is that we cannot physically examine the relics, and this means that no matter how good or convincing these pictures are, they cannot be regarded as concrete proof of Martian life. We have been fortunate in that on this planet we have found similar things, and we are able to subject them to testing in an effort to identify their origin. Let's start with one of the stranger stories: the discovery of alien remains inside the stomach of a fossilized dinosaur. Paleontologists in Oklahoma City were reconstructing the remains of a long dead dino which had been sent to them for restoration. As they worked through the fossil, they were shocked and amazed to find a somewhat human-like skeleton inside what would have been the stomach area of the animal. What is odd is that this dinosaur was no carnivorous monster like T-Rex. It was a 60-foot sauropod dating from 110 million years ago, a time long before some of our most distant relatives evolved. The fossilized humanoid was very alien-like in its appearance. It had the disproportionately large, bulbous skull and almond-shaped eye sockets, which are commonly associated with the look of grey aliens. The size of the alien was said to be around 4 feet in height, and it had a large brain case, indicating that it had a big brain and was intelligent. So why was this story not bigger news? Government scientists got wind of the find and whisked the man-like remains to Dr. Prosby's Washington lab for future research. The University of Oklahoma scientists who found the dinosaur say they are under strict orders not to say anything to the press about finding an ET. The incident is being covered up. This secrecy, however, has not been the case with all alien remains that have been discovered. Two of the most famous reports are the tiny mummy found in the Atacama Desert of Chile and the three-fingered mummies of Nazca, Peru. Let's take a look at the Atacama mummy, as there has been an extremely in-depth investigation of its remains. The small skeleton is roughly 6 inches in length and possesses a strange, long, triangular shaped skull. The eye sockets are somewhat almond shaped, and there are fewer ribs than would normally be found. The age of the being was said to be between 6 and 8 years at the time of death. Found some 15 years ago, the speculation on what this being could be has ranged from a human child with severe birth defects to an unknown species of monkey and, as it is included in this video, an alien. The mummified remains were given the name Atta and featured in the documentary Sirius. The documentary shows the investigation of the body, with ufologist and qualified medical physician Dr. Stephen Greer taking the body for a variety of tests. Atta offered us a unique chance to prove that aliens are living on this planet due to the recent time period it was preserved. Being only 40 years old, the likelihood of being able to extract usable DNA for sequencing was very high. This is exactly what happened. Scientists were successful in their extraction and mapped Atta's DNA. They unlocked secrets which had been hidden for 4 decades. These findings showed that disappointingly, the body was human. The unlocking of the genome revealed not only that Atta was not an extraterrestrial, but that she had a tragically short life. Born of Chilean ancestry, she suffered from a rare genetic disease that caused rapid aging, having a combination of 7 genetic mutations, which caused musculoskeletal deformities like scoliosis and skeletal dysplasia, also known as dwarfism, these factors leading to an early death. Some still cling to the idea that she was not entirely human, this due to an anomalous 8% of DNA which could not be matched to the human genome. But this is considered a reasonable amount for errors and discrepancy. So let's see if we have more luck with the third case, the 3-fingered mummies of Peru. These amazingly well preserved, mummified corpses are the proof that has long been needed by ancient alien theorists. The 3-fingered, 3-toed beings were discovered near the Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines being the massive Peruvian geoglyphs which can only be seen as complete images from the air and have long been associated with ancient aliens. The excavation of the remains was documented in a short film that for a while was a viral sensation. This had many claiming that the whole thing was a clear hoax. These bodies were of a similar height to the remains that were allegedly found inside the dinosaur's stomach. They ranged in sizes between 4 to 5 feet in height. They had elongated skulls, small noses, and holes for ears. Along with the 3 fingers and 3 toes the mummies became known for. The bodies were subjected to CT scans and X-rays, which revealed bone structure beneath the chalk-covered skin. Many experts were quick to say that this was a man-made body and that it didn't make anatomical sense when viewed from the position of what we know about biology. Many say that they wouldn't. After all, they are alien and their evolution would create bodies that are suited to another world. The debate still rages on and more tests are scheduled to find a definitive answer. One strange thing which could lend more credibility to these mummies is another artifact that was given to Inca historian and tour guide Brian Forrester. Forrester can be found on YouTube and writes many articles on the history of the Incan Empire and the mysterious structures which they left behind. He and his team claim to have been given the 3-fingered specimen by a group of cavers who were exploring desert tunnels in southeastern Peru. The explorers said it was found near a strange elongated humanoid skull that was also given over. These have yet to be tested. One skull that has been tested is that of the Star Child. The Star Child is another ancient skull that was analysed after many thought it to be of alien origin. One interesting thing they did with this skull was use a forensic artist to recreate what the being looked like with muscle and skin. The process, known as facial approximation, uses fixed points and similarities we have in muscle density and position to give a representation of a long dead face. The Star Child did look almost like a human hybrid, but much of the art is left up to the artist, so it cannot be 100% accurate. Deformation of the skull has been a tradition followed by many peoples of the world. Elongated skulls that have been stretched and deformed from childhood are found on all continents. Often, this tradition is linked to religious beliefs, this leading us into the idea that many of the world's faiths have a basis in UFO interactions, something I have also looked at on this channel. Could these artifacts and mummies be real? Are these remains proof of extraterrestrial visitors? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.